The Department of Veterans Affairs has recently sent out an update stating that they have removed the fully developed claim, also known as the FDC claim, from their priority processing. Stand by and I'll explain. Hello and welcome back to my channel. Dwayne Kimball, owner founder of CAMD89 and VA Claims Consulting, and also I'm a United States Army veteran. A couple of days ago, I received an email from the Department of Veterans Affairs stating that they have removed the fully developed claim, also known as FDC claim, from their priority processing. So if you submitted a VA form 21-526CZ and checked the box that you were submitting a fully developed claim, they would consider that claim as a priority. Okay. But now that has changed. I received that email. I did a little bit of research and I was like, hey, I think this is something that veterans want to know, because a lot of veterans think, oh, I submitted a fully developed claim. My claim should get done in, really quick. Well, when they introduced the fully developed claim for, I would say, the first year, yes. Okay, yes. At the time I was a rating specialist and we were knocking out those fully developed claims. But after that year, I noticed that they really wasn't a priority anymore, but they still had it in their manual reference as a priority, but that has changed. Okay. Now they still do offer the fully developed claim process. I checked the VA form 21-526CZ and it's still there. So I have a few slides I'm going to share with you so you can go through and you can see the old reference and the new reference and see what was removed after that update. Okay. So slide number one. Here in slide number one, this is the email or part of it. I just did a snapshot, snapshot of the email. But this is the emails that I get. I subscribe to the VA's M21 reference manual. So when they make an update or change, I'll get notified. And that's something that you can do as well as a veteran. And I've shown veterans how to do that in previous roundtables that I had. Okay. So I received this email a couple of days ago, and you can see on the left, it gives a citation number, which is the M21 reference. And then on the right side, it states what that change is. And you can see I put X's on both sides, and you can see the change. And the change reads, updated to remove FDCs, also known as the fully developed claims, from the list of priority processing claims. Now, I did a previous video where I talked about, I think it was hardship claims and what the different criteria as it pertains to get your claim processed a lot faster as a priority claim. I'm going to link that video to the end of this video because a lot of the information in there is still up to date. Okay. But as it pertains to FDCs, they haven't removed it totally. So you can still submit a FDC claim, but what they're saying is it's no longer a priority claim. Okay. Now, slide number two. Here in slide number two, this is the old reference. And in that video that I'm going to link to this video, I actually used this slide. So I still had a copy of it. Once they make that change, it goes into a historical folder. And I've always found it a little bit hard to find the old reference, but I had this one available because I had it for a previous video that I did. Okay. So I wanted to show you the old reference and where it showed that a fully developed claim was a priority claim at one point. So it reads types of claims that require priority processing. Listed below are the types of claims that require priority processing. So what is the first bullet comment highlighted in red? It claims from any claimant who is a participant in the fully developed claim program, it qualified for priority processing. Okay. Now, again, like I said earlier, I looked at the VA form 21-526CZ. It is still on there. They still give you that option to submit a fully developed claim. What they're telling you, it is no longer a priority. Then I'm going to consider it a priority claim for priority processing. All right. Slide number 3. Here in slide number 3, this is the new reference. Okay. So it looks the same, right? But in that previous slide, I highlighted priority processing and I had the fully developed claim processing highlighted in red. But if you look at the first bullet, claims from any claimant who is, right underneath that in the old slide, it had fully developed claim, right? Now it doesn't. So they're telling you, again, they're telling you that they will not consider, the VA will not consider a fully developed claim to be a priority. All right. So I just want to make that clear because a lot of veterans say, hey, Dwayne, I submitted an FDC claim and it's taken 2 or 3 months. Well, there's a lot of variables that could come into play, even with fully developed claims, as to why it may take a little bit longer. Okay. So again, let's recap. The VA has removed fully developed claims from their priority processing. Now, if you meet some of the other criteria that's in that reference, one being homeless, something like that, that's still active. They still will take those as priority claims. Now, when I was a rating specialist, I can remember when the VA introduced fully developed claims. Okay. And yes, for the first few months, yeah, they were priority. I mean, we were rating those like, man, like hotcakes. We were pushing them out daily. Okay. But along the way, you know, I didn't see where it was a priority. Okay. Because if there was a veteran that submitted a standard claim, okay, it basically they're saying, hey, I'm still going to submit some evidence. But the veteran submitted a sufficient DBQ and nexus statement, and it had been more than 30 days since we received that claim, and that veteran did not send in any additional information. If it came across my desk, I was rating it because I had evidence that I could use to adjudicate that claim, even though it wasn't a fully developed claim. But they've been out for a while. Fully developed claims, they've been out a while. That was, I want to say, at least, over 5 years ago. Okay, so a lot of veterans, they think, oh, I submitted a fully developed claim. It's been a couple of months. What's going on? There are a lot of variables that could come into play as to why that claim still hasn't been adjudicated. But I thought this would be um, some very good information to know, so you don't think that, hey, I submitted a fully developed claim, it should get done right away, because they're telling us it's no longer a priority. So make sure you get educated. Go back out there and look at the M21 reference. You have the number. This time they didn't change that number. I think just because they just removed the FDC. Sometimes they'll change the reference number, put it in a different section, and make it a little bit harder to find. Okay, why they do that, I don't know. But in this case, the number is still the same. You can see both citation numbers from the reference is still the same. The name of the reference is still the same. They just removed fully developed claim. Okay. So with that being said, make sure you leave a comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.